You muted.
I had you on mute. I was gonna put my PJs on, but I just put my little lounge stuff on that I got, just some little random shit.
Yeah, this is
Merry Christmas.
Huh?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I said,
I know I'm over here talking. I forgot I put the thing on mute. Because I be moving around too, you know, before we start. So I was like, let me go on and put it on mute. Hey guys.
Hi everyone. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas.
Yay. You ready?
I'm ready.
I did my unplug. You know I was gone for a minute. I hit you yesterday. I'm back.
Yeah, I've been still trying to be unplugged. I didn't even answer my phone today until like 1 o'clock. Had all these texts, FaceTime. KK was like, bitch, what?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody. What are you sipping on? Or what is everybody sipping on? Probably some eggnog. So, I'm going to have a very interesting drink today.
I have my glass, but I'm sipping on some Luna Azul tequila. I use the muddle to muddle in some tangerine and pomegranate, fresh pomegranate. So I muddled it, put the ice, put the tequila, and then topped it off with San Pellegrino pomegranate sparkling.
Oh, you were feeling real festive, getting in there.
So, you know, if you see me get up, I'm going to go grab the bottle so I can refill if I need to. But I do got wine in there.
Damien said he's sipping some pop. I don't know, Josiah, I can't see what he's sipping on. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Let's see who else.
You gonna laugh at my drink today.
It better not be tea or water.
Oh, you gonna really laugh. I'm sipping on Gatorade.
What in the world?
Let me tell you why. No, I have plenty of wine. Remember, I started a whole thing. I have like 6 bottles of wine at the bar. What I did, I've started to get these headaches, like really bad ones. And you know, I do not like taking any type of medicine. So I had to take 4 ibuprofen yesterday, 4 ibuprofen the day before, and then I had to take ibuprofen when we were away, in Temecula. And I'm just like, what changed? So I started reading and stuff. You know, you're getting older, and I'm just like, what is going on? What's the deal? And the only thing that's changed is I drink every Sunday. I don't drink like that. So I was just like, So I was reading about migraines. You know, I started digging, trying to figure some stuff out. And I just was like, yo, this is crazy. They were talking about stuff that you eat can offset, headaches. And then, Google will have you thinking you about to die. You got a tumor, a blood clot. I was like, I rebuke all that.
I'm a self-diagnoser.
Yeah, I don't have none
a
of
certified Googler.
So today, I was like, water and Gatorade. Just go ahead and replenish the electrolytes. I'm sipping, but not on the wine.
You should try. Do you like coconut water?
No, but I'll drink it though.
That's a great way to replenish your electrolytes. But get the harmless something. It's like in a white bottle. It says harmless something.
Oh, okay.
That's the best coconut water to drink. And it is good. It tastes better than all the other coconut waters. Just FYI.
Okay.
D, I'm the Legends drinking Svetga.
Yeah, D, I'm rocking my onesie, my Christmas onesie.
Hold on, guys.
And mine has I got the hood too. Ooh. So guys, this is going to be a really fun, thank you for joining us today. This is going to be really fun, festive, as I pour my Gatorade. I know Elle stepped away. She already had her drink poured. So I poured my Gatorade here. That's what I'm sipping on today. Woo! And I see Journey of a Legend. You got the vodka going on. Is that straight or is that mixed? You strong. like those strong drinks. I poured up while you were away, Elle.
Oh, cheers. I have my glass, but I'm going to sip out of this tonight, and I just refill, so so I'll have to get up. So I'll have, yes, harvest coconut water.
Thank you. I
will.
The
best on the market, literally.
Okay. But I'm on that Gatorade tonight, and then I'm going to refill it with some water.
Cheers.
Yeah, you just got to change up sometimes, but the only thing that I can think of that I've done differently is having alcohol every Sunday. And I'm not a drinker, so,
Yeah.
Cheers. Do you want to start tonight? Are you starting tonight? I'm ready.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and start. You go ahead.
So I put some stuff in my bowl, but there was one thing that like stood out to me. I've been thinking about, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not even going to dig in my bowl because if I don't get it, I don't get it. But I think this is very appropriate for us going into the new year and people setting New Year's resolutions, all that type of stuff. I'm a firm believer. As soon as start to implement. And sometimes that doesn't happen, but I think you can start your new year the minute you can start implementing something different.
Yeah.
But I feel like I want to talk about having the courage to be disliked, and I think that you do. I'm like, yes,
I'm so disliked.
Yes, but it is, you have to have courage to be disliked. That is something that's not an easy thing for a lot of people to do. A lot of us don't even know that we are people pleasers, or we don't like, you hear a lot of people say, I really don't like conflict. I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to stir up any trouble. I don't want anybody to be mad at me, especially with these holidays.
Yeah.
People house hopping and, trying to get gifts for people, and their bank account may not be set up to do what somebody wants them to do. The math is not mathing, and they feel like they're going to disappoint someone. And the biggest letdown, the biggest person you're letting down is yourself, because after you do these things to please everybody else, you forgot that the one most important person in the equation, which is you. Yeah. So I'm saying, have the courage to be disliked. Have the courage to say no. There's empowerment in no. Have the courage to say not right now. And I think that ties back in last week when I was saying it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of trailing right into my, have the courage to be disliked. It's okay. Everybody's not gonna like you. You're not gonna be for everybody. Icons it's not millions of them around. It's a few. When you talk about people that do amazing things, they talk about the difference between the 1% and the 99%. In order to be in that 1%, you usually have to do some extraordinary things and make some sacrifices and do things that are not, what the masses are doing. And one of those things, I think, is being okay with being disliked. It's okay that you're not a people pleaser all the time. It's okay that everybody's not going to understand or agree with what you're doing. And I think even on a spiritual level, and I'm very spiritual, it's just like sometimes stuff is being said to you and not to everybody else without explanation. Yeah. I'm sure if we even go biblically, when Noah was building the ark, they thought he was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or they thought that John the Baptist was crazy. And that's for people that, are reading the Bible and stuff like that. I'm just referencing those stories, things that I read growing up. But sometimes, I think that amazing things come from outliers, or for people that have the strength to say, I'm not like everybody else. I'm going to stand in my authenticity, my truth, and do what it is that I feel very passionate about. Purposes or die every day because of someone seeking the approval or understanding of others. And so at this point, and I think, like I said, it's a really good time. Get ready to strap in, put on your big girl pants, guys, put on your big boy pants, and be ready to be disliked for some of the things that you're going to do that may assist someone else with having the courage to be disliked or move fully in their purpose or their passion, or, start to take up for themselves, or not feel overwhelmed by pleasing everyone else and be put in a position of having, these crazy thoughts, or not being okay, but pretending they're okay because people won't be okay with them not being okay. So you're not okay, but you putting this whole facade on like you are, so everyone else will be okay. And that's crazy, you know? So that's my thing right there. It wasn't in the bowl, but have the courage to be disliked. Everybody's not going to like you. You're not for everyone. Everything that you're doing is not for everybody. There are millions of churches. They're not for everybody. They got Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Carl's Jr., all these places. Everybody's eating, but we don't have to agree that, you know, this is the best place. You may be like, I like a Jack in the Box burger. Well, I'm a Wendy's girl. Whatever it is, be cool with standing in your truth and be okay if everybody's not accepting, in agreement, or they don't feel like, you know, it makes sense to them, or they don't like you because of it. So what? I am who I am, and I'm okay with that. And I'm hoping that this energy is put out for other people to be okay with not being everybody's cup of tea.
Praise him. Praise him. Praise.
And so, I mean, you know, whatever you have to say about it, but that's how I want to kick this off. You know?
Mean, I feel it 100% because the people pleasing thing will really have you lose yourself. Yeah. Will really have you lose yourself to the point of you having to dig and rediscover who you are, because you want to people please so much to be liked. Like, fuck it. I tell people, if people don't like you, then they just don't like you. Like, I'm not going to kiss your ass for you to tell me what your issue is with me when there clearly shouldn't be an issue. Like, no, that's energy that you have to put out. Fuck it. If people dislike you, like you say, what do you say? Leave them where they are.
Yeah. If it's for you, cool. And if it's not, leave it right where you found it. You know. You. And that's the truth. And but it's so hard.
It is hard.
People. You know, it's like and the only person you hurt is yourself. Yeah. At night, you are with you. All these people and that you please are gone. Mm-hmm. Nobody's there to really feel. They're not inside of your body, you know, dealing with that emotion. And you just like, and I think how you said it, you know, you just kind of discussed it sometimes. Yeah. Because it's like, that's not even really how I roll. That's not even what I really wanted to do. That's not how I felt. And now I'm dealing with all this, and they're not there to, you know, help you go through that, or, you know, understand why you're even feeling overwhelmed. And I feel like to a big part of that is acceptance. Yeah. Nobody wants to feel rejected or be the odd man or woman out. And it's okay. It's so okay. There is such a joy and peace in being you. Even when you look at the word extraordinary and you take extra off, it's just ordinary. Everybody's not doing extraordinary things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when you look at it and you feel like overwhelmed, know sometimes you being you is not even for you. It may empower the next person. You know, if everybody's on the boat, and I'm looking at a comment there, Damien said, be weary when all men speak well of you. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm so with it. It's like everybody agrees with you. You're liked and loved by everybody. And so with that, you know, I'm okay with, first of all, when you have morals and standards and truth, and you understand why you're doing what you're doing, and you understand that I'm not for everybody, and this is who I am. I think it just kind of goes over very well with the only person that needs to at times, you, not everybody else, just you. And so it's just such a cookie cutter world right now. Everybody needs to meet the definition of the world success or social media success, or everybody needs to look and depict the beauty of what social media deems beautiful, what the world deems beautiful. And that can become a bit much, and it's overwhelming. You know, there is beauty in your authenticity. Hold on to your individuality. You know, it's like, I don't want to look like everybody else. I don't want to sound like everybody else. I'm okay with having a different opinion or different understanding, a different energy. And in that, knowing you're not for everybody else too is good. It's like, I'm not for everybody. When's the last time you saw everybody in Lamborghinis and Aston Martins? Or when did you see those commercials when you turn on the TV? Because everybody can't afford them. Yeah. They're not for everybody. Everybody's pockets ain't built for that. You know what I'm saying? So think of yourself like that when you choose to be different, and a consequence or repercussion of that can be being disliked.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's okay. You know, it's okay. And I don't have to have you understand it. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know who I am.
And
you know, and I'm glad.
It'd be hard too for people because other people influence on other people. So then, you know, you get in your head about things. So it's hard. It's a process. Mm-hmm. But I promise you, once you get over that first, I don't give a fuck, it feels so good.
You're having a big Sean moment, huh?
You don't, yeah. And then you don't want to give a fuck a lot of times because it just feels even better.
Yeah.
And you feel this weight, which then leads me to talk about setting boundaries and being intentional about the people you allow into your life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have the right people in your life, you shouldn't have to even worry about that. You know, granted, we're around people at work, outside of work and stuff, who's maybe not in our inner circle, and that's fine. But when you have a strong circle that can keep you on your toes, like, you can be disliked, that's okay. Then you can build up the courage. But I definitely think that, you know, other people's influence can make it harder for people, but we also have to just be intentional about who we keep around, who's around us, and also be intentional about who we are as people. You know, when you know who you are and you can stand in your own truth, I think then you can have the courage to be okay with being disliked, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
80% of the world does not have the courage to be disliked. You know, there was a clip that Erykah Badu was talking about. I think it was like 80% of the population want to be led, and they're not leaders. You know, 80% of the population want to be liked. Yeah. And then you can break down the other 20 to the ones who don't care, and then the ones who's like, I don't need to be liked. I don't even love it. You know?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I could see that, Meredith Grad. I'm glad that that was something that you needed to hear, because I mean, I'm always talking to myself about it, because it does take courage. You feel some type of way. It doesn't feel good to be disliked. I'm not even trying to send that over you.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to not be well received, to be misunderstood, or for people just you know, coming out the gate like, I don't know what you're talking about, don't want to know what you're talking about, because that's not what everybody else is talking about. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel good. So that's why I'm leading with have the courage.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that's easy. Because if it was, the 80% would be doing it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Journey of a Legend said, and that explains why y'all not liked. LOL. You guys are not sheep. We show ain't.
What they say, we different.
We different. Man, I'm different.
Were there
he don't always like the shepherds.
No, Rick the critic said, yes, I'm gonna be the monster. Sometimes I was having a conversation yesterday, you know, monsters keep everybody afraid, and I was like, yeah, you know what, if I become, you don't really want me to be the monster. Mm-hmm. Because then there is no fear, because it's like, I'm the monster. Yep. You know what I mean? And I feel her. Yeah, I'm the monster. There's power in that, too. You're not worried about nobody when you're the monster, because you're the terrorizer.
Yep.
So, you know, were there any questions? Any questions while that was going on? Or are we good?
If you guys got any questions, hit us real quick.
So that was, even though that wasn't in my bowl, I wanted to touch on that so we can jump to you going in your bowl, and then I'll go in my bowl next time.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay. Does having sex too soon compromise your future with the person, or does it keep a woman single? I saw something on social media saying when you give it up too soon, that's why women stay single, because they're giving up too soon, or a man might put them in the freak category. Mm-hmm. So does having sex too soon compromise your future with the person?
I love to see, because you can see the comments. What do you guys think? Do you think for the women and the men in the comments, does having sex too soon, can that compromise your relationship down the line, or even having a possible relationship with someone? While if you put that in there, I saw Rick.
I would think too soon is the first date, within the first week.
Yeah.
And this guy said that he tests the women that he's interested in, and if they give it up too soon, he puts them in the free category. He don't stop dealing with them, but they go in the free category instead of like the long-term like future.
Oh, so if they do have sex with him too soon, they can't.
He puts them in the freak category. The freak? And then the woman says, yeah, the freak category.
Okay.
And then the woman said that that's why women are single, because they give it up too soon. So there's people commenting. I'll read our comments first. Journey Legend said, no, it depends on who you give it up to. Josiah said, I think it depends. Yeah, case by case. Meredith said, I think it depends on how deep the relationship is. P4. Josiah said, because you could wait and the dude still has PNC.
What's
PNC? And well, he could possibly pass up on a diamond. Journey of Legend said. Josiah, post nut clarity. I'm sorry, but we need some Sip and Live cards, like little, because I be thinking about all the stuff that be going on, and it's like we need like Sip and Live cards printed. Post nut clarity.
Sip and Live
the first night, but then 2 months later, he's like, he got post nut clarity. So he realized the Tussie Cat one for him.
We need Tussie Cat. We need PNC in there. I know those for sure.
Because only PNC I know is the PNC Arena, 15 minutes from me, that they have all the concerts at. We love you guys. Like
post nut clarity. Okay, I will put that one in my pocket. I think, and from some of the things you said, I don't know who said what, but I think Josiah said it depends, and then Rick the Critic said what is too soon. Yeah. And I'm kind of going in with both of those. I think it depends on what the individual was considered too soon.
Yeah.
And also what your individual case by case, standard is. But my thoughts are, when you're comfortable to do whatever it is, whether you want to have sex the first day, the 10th day, the 6th month, or a year later, or the 90-day rule, whatever, when you're okay with the decision you've made, barring the fine print, because the fine print is usually what the other person can do that you know nothing about. So yeah. Fine print like you couldn't see it. I think that it's okay. Because if I want to, I'm okay with whether you in your mind were like, if she give it up too soon, she's going to be in the freak category. If she wait too long, she's going to be considered approved. I think you have to kind of gauge and know what you're comfortable with, yeah, and be okay with whatever the outcome is. Because there are people that have probably waited and gave it up, and he's like, I waited so long, got it. It wasn't what I expected it to be. I don't want to deal with her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or he could have been, she could have gave it up to him on the first night and the same result. You can never know what somebody else is going to do. The only person you know for sure is you. So I just think that when a person has an agenda or these lists of do's or don'ts, or what someone is going to be if they do this, it's just exposed, or it comes out in the wash that it just wasn't a good fit. If I slept with you and it wasn't on the timetable you thought, then that's on you. Now, what I will say people need to wait on, and I've had this conversation before with taking sex off the table, and I think that's that post-nut clarity. I think that you have to do or connect in so many other ways when sex is off the table. Do I really like talking to you, or am I trying to get to them draws? Do I really enjoy your company outside of the bedroom? You know what I'm saying? Can I look at you and think of other things than just sex? So when you start bringing all those things to the table and taking sex out or putting it where it's not at the forefront, kind of putting it at the back, then you have to dig a little deeper. And you might find some things out about yourself that you a horn dog, you know, male or female, where it's like, dang, I really don't want to talk to this guy too much. I don't feel like being on the phone with him. I don't want to go eat with him. I'm trying to see what that baby leg do. You know what I'm saying? I think that when it goes to that
baby leg,
yeah, Journey of a Legend said baby leg. You know, he said that before. I'm gonna start throwing our terms in there. If you with the Sipping Live crew, you know. If you don't, you don't.
I'm just writing all our terms down since we throwing them out today.
Wait a minute, before I finish, I got to see a comment over here. Rick the Critic said, I know 45-year-old virgins. Is that really attractive? Hey, there's somebody for everybody.
Because some people, sex isn't some people I think don't need sex to feel fulfilled. Like they might get off in other ways. That's not my journey. That's not me. But
she said 45. I think that you just got to know if it's working for the person you rock with.
Yeah.
If you guys are entertaining each other in the dating sense, you got to know if they rocking with you being a 45-year-old virgin, or if you want to disclose that to them, or you want to keep that in your pocket for the fifth or sixth date. You know, we're making these choices all the time. But I feel like a relationship can have more stability, a stronger foundation when you don't put sex at the forefront.
Yeah.
Sex is easy. That's the real easy part. It's nothing. I think that, you know, I mean, it's some hormones popping, and it's gonna last for however many minutes, you know, seconds, whatever. But I think that when you start thinking about, do you really want to get to know this person? Do you want to find things that you guys like doing together? Do you want to put time in other than bedroom time? That speaks volumes about someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That to me speaks volumes about that this individual desires to know more about me than just sexual positions and how I can get off and how they get me off.
Yeah.
And I think that also solidifies more in the relationship. I think that's how people can be discarded so quickly, because the foundation is not strong. It's like, we had sex. I don't know nothing about this person.
Yeah.
I don't care to know nothing about this person. We're not friends. I don't really like you. I don't like having conversations with you. You can't call me if you stranded in the middle of the night. You know, when you call me, what's going down. Yeah. So I think once you have the idea of what your deal breakers and non-negotiables are, and we've talked about that before, the caliber of people you entertain, I think will fit more. You know, you get some stuff, some different things in there. Was like, how did that get in there? But I think when you operate on that frequency, you'll kind of attract people that fall into, you know, more so what you're desiring. You'll still get some crazy stuff in there. But if you're putting out that type of energy, I believe it's happened with me. You'll attract that type of energy and you'll entertain it. Even if you attract something that's not that, you're not going to entertain it too long, because you got your list of deal breakers and non-negotiables, and the math ain't mathing. So you'll be like, nah, this is not, he or she is already like 5 or 6 things I'm not even feeling. I don't even want to have a conversation with this guy or girl, or this woman or man. So let me stop wasting their time, and I really don't want to waste mine. It's not that they're bad individuals. We just not a good fit. Let's toot it along so they can connect with who they need to connect with and be a good fit with, and I can, you know, connect with who I'm seeking to connect with. But yeah, that's my thing. I don't think so much as it can ruin it. And some people feel like chemistry is chemistry. I think you need to know you and be comfortable in the decisions you make. It can't ruin it for you. If you decided based on you that you want to have sex with a man or woman the first time you guys go out, if they don't ever call you again, you need to be cool with that. That's what you wanted to give to them. That's that
have
moment,
the courage
minute.
to be this
Yeah. That's that moment, minute, or whatever you want to share. We say it in the house a lot. My husband was saying it the other day. He's like, don't do it based on what we're saying. Do it based on what you feel. We're just here to help you make an informative decision. You can get more information, perspective, all kind of stuff. And that hopefully collectively will assist you in making an informed decision or something that you confident and comfortable with. Like I heard what she said, I heard what he said, wasn't rocking with that. I'll take a little bit of this, that, and that works for me, Yeah. And that's where I'm at with it. I want to be comfortable with what I'm doing, not based on what everybody else is saying or their standard. I'm cool with it. Which I'm gonna tie this in. It's not a topic, but I'm probably gonna butcher her name. But Brittany.
Why is that in my bowl?
Well, I'm not gonna talk about her. I'm gonna use it as an example. But Brittany, is her last name Renner? I might be butchering it, guys. But I saw a clip of her, and she now is like,
I hate how my body.
Yeah, she
I want my body to be used by men. I
take you
about all this money and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I
now
had a conversation.
Oh my!
You know what?
Oh, the spiritual unification.
But you know what? It's funny because I had a conversation with a male, and I value his opinion. And it was interesting what his thoughts were because I was, talking with him about it, and I felt some type of way because I was saying, now that she's had this aha moment, or which is cool. I feel like I would have a little more empathy. I'm not judging her, but I've seen women that have done it and then they're like, I'm not doing this no more. And that's what they're talking about. When you make money off of and you point out dudes intentionally, like I slept with you're doing the tell all. Yeah. I feel a little different because I feel like it was malicious. And I think at this point, you did the book, you've run through the squad, and now it's like, damn, I'm gonna be a changed woman because there is a man. That's what I was saying to the guy. I was like, oh, she could still get a good dude. And he was like, well, she can't get no celebrity, no athlete. And I agree with him. But what's so crazy about that is as a woman, she can still get a good man having done all that.
She can still get a celebrity or athlete because one called Superhead, after all that she did, she was still hanging out and popping around with celebrities in Hollywood, at the hotels and stuff, off of Sunset and shit like that.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to say this, and I don't want to go too deep into it. Men are known for putting on their capes. They love saving. They love to put them capes on. And that's what I was saying to him. They love it. They will be like, yes. And an example we use, even though in all his craziness, he's still a billionaire. Kanye got with a woman that had a sex tape. It was on film. And this man and all his craziness, it still gives us like moments of genius. He says some things. I looked at a clip today. I figured it out. What Kanye, you got to be smart already listening to Kanye because he says so much. Regular people, or if you're not kind of there, you get lost. He'll lead with, I was thinking to myself and I had a conversation and I was wondering if I wanted to buy the earth, how much the earth would cost, because people that are innovative, and you got to be listening because he paints all this stuff on it and you got to be like, woo, 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 woo. Like, and then it's like, it's a gem in there, but you got to listen and you got to have the attention span. And this, a lot of people don't. They just dismiss him.
The headline, the first buzzword.
Right. They're gone. Buy the earth.
Yeah.
They'll be lost with that. Or he'll say something like, and you want to, you know, paint the Mona Lisa, but don't want to get in the car and let the rain hit it. And they'll be like, why does he have the Mona Lisa? And the other people are like, okay, where you going with this? Where you, okay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So he has the ability, but I'm saying that Kim Kardashian, name something she's done. She's right up there with Brittany Renner. I say even crazy because I can see it. People can go back to this tape. I'm not judging either of them as women. What I'm saying is men love to put on them capes. They will put that cape on. They won't care who you slept with, how many dudes pulled a train on you. They will come and be like, come here, baby. I'm gonna save you. Daddy's gonna save you. Come here. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna clean you up, and I'm gonna make these people respect you. I'm gonna save you, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's the last card she pulled.
Yeah.
And I don't know everything, but I've lived a little while, and I've seen a lot of men put on capes, and I'm trying to figure out. You had a pick of the litter. You could have picked anybody. And you picked her and had 4 kids with this woman for a sex tape. Again, no dig on her. This is just i.e. of how men will put them damn capes on.
Yeah.
You know when Kim went in that room. I'd rather be Brittany going in the room than Kim Kardashian. At least it can be my word against yours. You can say you hit that. I'll be like, he's lying. You know, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But you can't see it. You can put that tape on and see the sex. Like somebody knows the color of her clitoris. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. And he put his cape on and saved her and brought more money to the table. So my empathy, understanding, she's gonna be all right. In the famous words of my mother, she'll be all right. She's gonna be fine. She's probably gonna come out better than a lot of women that don't have sex tapes and haven't let the whole squad hit and didn't release a tell-all book. So I don't have the understanding or hey, really, I'm not shedding no tears. Because she gonna be all right. Somebody gonna put their cape on and save her.
Mm-hmm. Look at everyone giving her a platform.
They already starting to save her. They letting her know. There. You know what? The platform is to say, hey, I'm available.
Yep. There it is. Because this is not.
That's the back signal.
Done. She's done multiple interviews with different people, different podcasts and stuff like that. So the cape is dangling. Social media is her cape right now.
We limit it to celebrities. It could be some dude in another country, Dubai, that's the Prince of Wales, or I'm just making some stuff up that's a oil tycoon that goes and marries her. And she's living lavish with 3 islands. And her claim to success, the mark and legacy she leaves on the world, is I sure did give that I did my thing with those football players. Like, that's it. I don't feel, I won't even say empathy. When I look at her, it's like, I don't feel nothing about that. You made as much money as you could.
You got something in return. To me, it was a mutually beneficial thing. You wanted a lavish lifestyle, is what I assume is what you wanted, or fame, or child support check, whatever the fuck. The point is, I've seen women like you in the clubs, in Hollywood, and I see how they operate. You got what you wanted. Your list of men, you got what you wanted from each of them, and they got what they wanted. So to me, it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
I don't like the no accountability part. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, you got to catch it. You got to catch it. The way they used my body. You
raped. Gave it to them.
You weren't raped.
Did they go seek you out?
And I understand.
You were at the club in your mini dress.
I know some people will say, you know, you live a little longer, you learn a little more, the maturity or being emotionally mature and all that. But because we've seen this so much, I have a different perspective, because so many women do this in that industry, and then they come out on top, and when they're ready to be done with it, they have that moment. I'm not doing that anymore. That's not my lifestyle. I'm cleaning my life up. And those men misuse my body. Those men, it's like, no, I'm with you. It was mutual. Because they was on some BS and so were you. Yeah.
You wanted the spotlight. You wanted to be the aspirational woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, let's not do that. Let's not do that, because then that ties into then everyone wants to Me Too the situation when some of y'all aren't a Me Tooer.
I don't even want to get started on that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole other topic.
But it's facts, because you allowed them to use you. You did that.
Yeah,
you chose that.
But you're gonna be disliked for that statement.
Bitch, I'm already disliked.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I remember, I'm not gonna say the two people, but there was a lady that said that this man assaulted her. And the way he did it was he wanted to touch her. These are two grown-ups. He's in a position of power. Let's say he can employ her. He wanted to touch her. And she was with him. And she said, no, but I'll touch you. And he said, well, when can I touch you? And she said, when you help me get my first gig. And she later said that he sexually assaulted her. She was so afraid of him touching her. She didn't want to leave because maybe later on he could have given her an opportunity. So she touched him. And made a promise that he could touch her later after he gave her this opportunity for financial advancement, also, doing well in this circle. And I was like, and they said she was a victim. I was confused. I'm like, how?
He's not the end all be all of your come up.
No.
Honey.
Did you hear how she said, I'll let you touch me when you.
Yeah.
So my thing is this. At that point, the lines are so blurred with Me Too's, assaults, all kind of stuff. Because if you go to put your hands on me and I don't want you touching me, you're not going to touch me. I'm not touching you. There's no deal being made. And if you still decide to touch me, you're going to touch everything around me.
But let's just even go, why are you even putting yourself in a position?
She was there because she was seeking opportunity.
No. Don't even put yourself in a position to be around anything. You're the predator.
No, she was there because she wanted opportunity.
Yeah, fuck that. Go get there. Do you know how much opportunity is in this world? It's not down to just one little person.
Yeah.
There's many minions in this world that you can get an opportunity from.
Josiah said at that moment, she knew she became an escort.
Escorts out here living lavish, and you don't see them Me Too and no shit.
Or writing tell-all books.
Yeah, because they know. Let me go see my regular up in Bel Air, get my $1,500 for the hour, get back in my C-class Mercedes-Benz. Because, they never have the good one. They have the starter Mercedes-Benzes. And they go back down because they're living in North Hollywood or off of,
I like the way you're painting this whole picture for
Studio City and stuff. You know where they live. And then they go to their next client down at the Low Hotel in Santa Monica. They go see another client, get their little money, maybe have a little dinner, and they're living their life. Guess what? Their expensive rent's paid. They live in the studio, have roommates. They have their little starter bins. They go out in the town and drink. They might shop a little here and there at Louis Vuitton, but most of them shopping at Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx, just trying to get the deals. Bitch, I'm from LA. I know people. I've seen the shit. Bitch.
You know the game.
Bitch, I know the game.
Read some of those comments, because we were talking, there was stuff, but I'm laughing because Josiah was like, how do you know that, Elle? Not the starter.
Well, let me scroll back.
Because there was stuff back when we were talking about Britney and stuff in there. I just went on a rant.
Josiah said, not the capes. And then he said, I'm sorry, I'm not saving nobody. Journey of a Legend said, Cam Newton told her in an interview, I would never hit you up in your DM saying you in Atlanta come through. She said, why? He said, I don't want to be in your book. Josiah said, those girls will have Smallville song playing if they near me. Somebody save me. Josiah said, those dudes that end up picking them usually got something going on themselves. And Journey of Legend said, let a man come out and say he changed his life around. They'll kill his points before he starts. That's wild. And Josiah said, at the moment she knew, she became an escort. LML. That fucking starter. She called out WeHo. West Hollywood. How do you know this, L? I know people. I've been around people.
And you've lived. You've lived. This is not no new shit.
I used to be up in the clubs in Hollywood, Vegas, everywhere in my early 20s.
She's like,
trust me.
I know how they bagging them. I know how they.
I have lived. I have seen how women have thrown themselves at NBA players in VIP, just in the VIP.
They study as the players studying the playbook. I was saying they study in the player. Exactly. You studying the plays, they studying the play on how to get you. They studying your Instagram, your likes, dislikes. What ball? Oh, you at the SLS hotel? We're about to be in the lobby. Like, this ain't no game.
That's what you were supposed to do back then. Hang in the lobby.
Yeah, but I think sometimes people are so like, who would do that? They would. I think I will say this. I really believe, and not so much when you think of intellect or IQ. People always kind of equate that to education, right?
Education.
But there are women that have a Captain Save 'em IQ. How you bag the billionaire, the millionaire IQ. This is what they do. They're good at it. And so I feel like some people are just like, they couldn't be that smart. They couldn't be. How? They couldn't get me. It's like, you do what you do and they do what they do. You're good at what you're good at and they're good at what they're good at.
It's like being a drug dealer. They're hustlers. Women, it's a hustle for them.
Yeah.
It's a hustle to get what you want so you can further yourself in life. You know, if you think you're pretty and you can bag somebody, that's your hustle.
And we had a conversation. Sometimes men will think that women value their vagina so much, they just wouldn't give it away like that. They wouldn't. It's like, they'll be like, that's what they giving away. It's like, try, let me see, does that work? That's the value. That's what they got. That's what they're working with. And it's going to get them, if they try it enough, they're going to get lined up where they trying to, get to. No. So, and they've been told forever since the beginning of time that between your legs, you can get whatever you want with that. And that's crazy. For some of us.
And sometimes you don't want what's between them legs. You don't know how many things are ran up in there and what's bubbling up in that Tootsie Cap that you don't want on your peen. That's going to burn you and stay with you forever.
Peen.
That's your wife. Them little boils on your penis. That's who you married to.
Oh. Yeah, we went left because I threw Britney in there. And I know originally.
But it still lines up. It still lines up, because we could even go back to Home Chick, who was with, what's that rapper? And she said she gave it up to him on the first night. She knew what she was doing. She got
Jada Waiter and Little Baby.
Mm-hmm. She got a baby out of it, which means she's getting money out of it. Whether she was already making a name for herself or not, you still got a bag out of it. I mean, to each its own. If you want to give it up, because I don't feel like that defines, your future with the person. Because you can have sex the first night, and then y'all are getting to know each other right after. But But yeah. I guess we'll get off this. Your turn. Your turn, Bear. We just took a few. We done did quite a few topics.
Was that in your spicy bowl or your regular?
Yeah, that was actually in my spicy bowl.
I'm gonna stay spicy. It's Christmas. I'm feeling festive.
And you're drinking red, and I'm drinking red.
Red Gatorade.
I have to have Q come pour me some more tequila and bring me my little. This is what I'm putting this San Pellegrino.
Okay.
Stuff. It's not sweet. You know, it's not really sweet. Because I can't stand a sweet cocktail. I'm a bitter bitch. Journey of Legend says, so what's your name after sex?
Oh, Lord.
What you
mean? Y'all are wild. All right.
Who would have known that this was going to be our Christmas episode?
Merry Christmas.
Sorry, it's lavender.
Okay. Does foreplay start in the bedroom?
No, it does not.
Okay, well, give me your take on it. Does foreplay start in the bedroom, you guys?
I think foreplay can be kissing. Foreplay can be conversation. I mean, people are turned on by conversation. I feel like foreplay can be touch. Like you could be out to dinner with someone and they touch on your, you know, like, or touch on your shoulder or something sensually, or at the dinner table, just rub on your thigh or something. I think that could be a form of foreplay too. It just kind of gets you in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Josiah said it starts as soon as y'all are together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the average person, to the ordinary people, it starts in the bedroom. To the extraordinary people, it starts when you get together. Chestnut checkers.
I'm liking these, and Meredith Grass said, nope, intellectual foreplay is first. That's where I'm at with it. I think I agree with all the things.
We are extraordinary people.
We are. Y'all speaking my language. I do feel like it starts from the moment we meet. You know, I do feel like you are pulling me in with who you are as an individual. From the things you do, you say, your intellect, your ambition, you know, the type of choices you make, maybe, you know, just the way you're thoughtful or the things you remember. We might get on the phone and we have a conversation and you're like, no, remember when you said something? And I'm like, oh, they remember. Okay, you were listening, you know, or they may say, oh, I picked this up. And it's like, what? I remember when we first talked, you made a mention you weren't a flower girl. You like orchids. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I like stuff like that. So y'all are right on it. What I do want to say, sadly, you guys, is for those of us that are here, we are some outliers because a lot of people, as Elle said earlier, believe that foreplay is physical and it starts in the bedroom. It's like foreplay is what gets me to sex. That's foreplay. We're going to have sex. It's like, no, you are peeling back the layers of a lot of women's minds. Meredith Grad, Elle, myself. I didn't see any other women in the comments where it's like, you are peeling it all back. That's foreplay. Just the very essence and me taking you in every meeting, in every conversation. That gets you that much closer. That's how sometimes, and that'll go back to your thing. Giving it up on the first date. If that's your first time physically seeing each other, but people may have been talking. Yeah, build up. They may have been talking. Maybe it's a long distance type thing. You know, there's some exceptions to it. But just when you can get me mentally and I'm there, the physical part is the extra added bonus. I'm not going to say I don't need to be physically attracted to you, but I've found more where I've seen someone and had an idea or like, oh, I'm attracted to them. And as they opened up their mouths, it began to subtract, like, no, oh, yeah. And it's like on The Sixth Sense where the little boy was coming in for anybody that saw it. And then Bruce Willis started getting the questions wrong and he started backing up like, nah, you messing up. So it takes a special type of individual to have an understanding that foreplay starts from the moment you connect. because
Exactly.
foreplay is not just equal sex. Foreplay, I think, is you exploring and getting to know each other, and that's many different layers to
And
that. You know,
conversation can be so powerful, and people don't realize like how turned on they can be by simple conversation. How turned on they can be by someone remembering something you say,
mm-hmm.
or even getting that good morning text. If you guys are long, good morning, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know, I look forward, like that kind of thing.
Or
That's
checking on you. You ever have somebody remember something? Like, I know you told me that, you know, Wednesday was going to be a serious day and you had a lot of paperwork, or that's the day that this happens at the office. So I thought about you and wanted to send you some positive energy, you know, just see how you're doing. It's like, you remembered that this happens on Wednesday for me?
Yeah.
So,
like that means a lot. Just, it's the little things. It's the simple things that people can say, or that people can remember, or that people can do. Oh, these are her favorite flowers. Let me just surprise her with this. Or here, let me get this card and just write something meaningful in it and send it to her or to him. It's just those little things. Like, it don't even have to be material. Mm-hmm. Those little things mean so much, and they're such a turn on that just heightens the sexual experience when you do end up being intimate.
And you guys, I'll say this is like a little tidbit for me. Don't put yourself in a position where I need to. Is the foreplay popping for you as well?
Exactly.
And I say that for men and women, because sometimes the bar is so low. It's like a person, especially good people, I think, or people that are naturally givers, we'll put ourselves in positions to be so in tune and remembering this and knowing that and sending the text and all that. It's like, how are they watering you?
Is it reciprocated?
How are they? Or not even like, do you do it for me? Not even reciprocated, Elle. It's like, when did they think of something? What did they get my goat the same way I'm getting theirs? It doesn't have to be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But make sure you don't lose focus while you're engulfed in giving all the foreplay to someone else, that you're allowing them to do that for you. And they need to figure out what that is. That's a part of foreplay. You need to figure out what it is that gets my goat. What it is where I'm just like, wow, you know, I'm really feeling this guy or this girl. You know, if you're the one doing all that, and it's not just in lieu of you getting sex, that's naturally who you are. You need to go to your back, you know, reference your blueprint. It's like, do I want to be with somebody that doesn't do it for me like this? Because 9 times out of 10, I understand people can have whack sex. I believe you can fix that. But when you whack on the outside of the bedroom, you got to do a whole lot. I don't care, for me, how good it is in the bedroom. That's the part where it's like, we don't really mesh on any other level.
You can get good deed anywhere. I
don't want to even deal with you, because it's like, who you are outside the bedroom doesn't do it for me. We're not, so I only really want to deal with you on a sexual level, and that's very minimal too. So that's how I think people can wind up in those situations too, because there was no foreplay, no connect initially in the beginning before sex. Yeah. So we got to the sex so quickly. I don't even want to peel back your layers. I don't want to do anything other than this. Yeah. I don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like your conversation. I don't care to know what you're thinking about. I don't want to call you. There's nothing like that that's happened that made me want to or feel like that. So now we're here. And then you'll be Brittany Reiner feeling discarded and used, and have to do a tell-all book about all the men that used you up and stuff. That's not, I'm being bad, but yeah. You get the gist of what I'm saying. But I'm glad we all agree. That's so cool. I love to see the different stuff. That foreplay starts outside the bedroom.
Journey of Legend said mental play, to have someone desire you without having to touch them. Ooh, mine? My Houston accent. Foreplay requires effort, which is true. Mm-hmm. A mental effort, spiritual effort, emotional effort.
Oh yeah,
effort.
All that.
It's like, people have to realize, like, I just feel like everything in life is spiritual, emotional, physical, mental, you know, especially in relationships. Like, I need all of that, you know?
And you know what's so bad? Everybody's not the same. So you can kind of look at when someone is doing what's supposed to be the thing across the board. Like, dang, they got you flowers. They got you flowers. Dang, they text you, hey, beautiful. That may not be my thing.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not in all of that. And I'm not knocking that you did it. But remember, foreplay, you're peeling back the layers. That may be like you scratched the surface. You didn't even peel back the layer, you know? And be okay with having to dig and work a little bit. Some people don't want to do no work. They get irritated when it's like I gave 7 girls flowers, and now you acting like you don't want none. I text you, hey, beautiful. She getting on my nerves. She doing too much. She too much work. Like, no, you're too whack. Like, I'm on another level.
Journey of a Legend said, well, a lot of people have not experienced this type of pleasure. That's why they think someone blowing their back out is great sex. And the only sex, because once you get your back blown, bitches be staying. And I'm like, bitch, this is a toxic ass relationship. Do you know that you can go get your back blown out by Daryl around the corner of the block? You know?
Not Daryl.
The thugs who got the white beard and the khakis on in the Slauson SWAT meet, with the little lines on them, you know what I'm saying? Smoking a blunt. He got good D too.
Daryl got back blower tattooed on his.
Yeah, he real thug. He gonna do you out like what's that Tyrese movie?
Baby boy.
He gonna give it to you right. So if Daryl on the block selling shit can blow your back out, this not the end all be all for you, honey. A good D is everywhere. It's not a diamond. The good D is not a diamond in the rough. It is not a diamond. It's out there. Good D is out there everywhere. You just your mental think that, how am I going to find some better D than this? Bitch is out there. Trust me.
It's a gang of back blowers and baby leg slayers out there. Don't be fooled by the back.
I had a lot of good D in my life, and then remember the thumb I told you I had. I probably had 2 bad sexual experiences in my life: a thumb and a pencil.
I just keep thinking, because you said Daryl. I be having my own little inside over. I'm over here doing. I'm just Daryl from the block.
Don't be fooled by the rest.
Don't be fooled by my sea walk. I'm this Daryl blowing backs from the block.
Journey of Legend said that's like using the same game plan on different teams in sports. He said LOMG. Josiah said Jesus. L is showing her diamond knowledge. LOL. I'm appalled. I'm just saying, because I know people literally who's like, but he got good D. And I'm like, but bitch, good D is everywhere.
It is.
And
L, can you speak on
good D? You got to know how to work the shit.
Can you speak on this? Do you feel like every man that's thinking he's giving out good D, I'll be like, yo, it's these women, like you said, it's everywhere. It's a bunch of dudes out there slaying like that. It's a lot of them that's over there breaking backs and all of that. Most of the time, solid women are not looking for just good D.
Exactly.
Just good D, as she said. I slept with him on the first night, can leave you with a baby.
I was bitch, single mom, baby, no child support, bitch.
Good D. Good deal, have you down at the county building.
Get an EBT in your $200 a month if you get that. Which y'all is winning. Y'all winning though. Y'all winning more than me, and I'm making a decent salary. Y'all winning. Cause they gonna give me EBT. I tried to get some. Cause groceries aside, they said, I did. you can't have EBT. But I'm like, but I got a kid. Nah,
No.
bitch. I'm like, but groceries is high. I just want some fresh fruits and veggies. They high. Nah, bitch, you can't have no EBT. Okay, I tried.
Oh my God.
Tried.
Well,
you won't give me EBT, but you gave me Medicaid. On top of my good ass health insurance from work, I keep both.
I think that well-rounded women require,
such as ourselves.
We require a lot more than somebody that's just some good sex. Because, like you said, you can get good sex anywhere.
Anywhere, shit, you can go pay for it. As far as I'm concerned,
you can.
You know.
Have you seen those people that do the massages? All these guys. There's a lot of thirst trapping guys on IG. I'm like, they low key. I think these dudes are escorts. Like. They're doing these massages and stuff. They're on Booksy and stuff. I said, wait a minute, these guys are real getting oiled up and dancing and everything. I said, this is giving me thirst trap vibes for a man. I didn't know that they was thirst trapping like that.
As soon as they knew they could get a bag and rent it up, they gonna do what they gotta do.
I did not know that. I'm out the loop, but they out there.
The women are doing it. Why not the men? And to be honest, women be more, to me, more thirsty for the man's attention than the man being like, oh, I need this woman. You know what you see in the movies when the women at the strip club, that's real life shit. I've seen it in person. I've been in the one male strip club once in my life, did not want to go, it's not my thing, and these women's just like, shit, damn near throwing the EBT. You're like, yeah, baby, come slay that D. I'm buying you some groceries. You want some milk?
Oh my God.
Get that vitamin D flow.
They start throwing cans of formula.
Wait, speaking of formula, hold on. Journey of Legend said, getting your back blown out by people that have 20 words in their vocabulary. Journey of Legend said, getting good D equals getting good D and EBT equals debt. DEBT. And he said, because they love the attention and men just want to bust and get that money.
Coming over with some crusty socks and stuff to give up. And girl, I don't even know, girl. The D is so good. The disdain, the dislike. That's what that D should stand for. What bowl you going to?
I'm gonna stay in my spicy.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. I know we've covered this topic quite a bit, but shit keep popping up. Would you allow your man to cheat if he gave you everything you wanted?
No, because he's not giving me his loyalty. So he's not giving me everything I want.
But to the ordinary,
no.
To the ordinary people, everything they want,
no.
They don't even think about the time, the emotional part of it.
Well, you talk about intangibles. I think that most people, when they say everything you want, they equate that to materialistic things.
The material things.
And flights and trips and stuff. And those are things that either if I did what I'm supposed to do, I can get those things myself, or there are other people or men that will get them for me. So you're nothing special. I need for you to give me some intangible things, some committed things, some things that are sacrificial, where it's like, now we talking. You know, I need some, like I said, some choice in the matter.
But why is it that so many people, it just seems, and I have not done the statistics, but to be honest, it seems like so many people will be okay with the tangible items.
Rick the critic said Jada and Will.
I feel like we talk about them, they asses every week. But why do we equate our value and what we will accept to material things? Are we so wrapped up in having things and living a certain lifestyle that we're just willing to accept. Like, no, I want someone who loves me. I want someone who's going to be there spending time. Like, that material shit can be gone with a snap.
But Elle, think about how the weight of that can be measured based on a majority. A majority of people cannot see intangible things within a committed relationship. You know that your mate or partner, whatever, is choosing to be faithful because you've never caught them cheating.
Yeah.
You can't go and display that to the world, but you can drive the Bentley or the Aston Martin. You can go in the shops with the Birkin bag, and when someone says, girl, I love that, you can say, my man got it for me. You can equate trips to Dubai and, you know, Cabo or wherever, you know, Greece. These are things that equate to he loves me, she loves me. And these are things that the world can easily see and say, this means this person really loves you. You can't equate support. How are they going to see the support? You got to work too hard. And then you got to start looking at the person, because why am I trying so hard to prove to the world that the individual that I'm with loves me? And for you to see that, I need to display it through the materialistic things I have, versus every day that they get up and they do this. This is something, you know, every day that, you know, we stay committed in this, that we choose to be faithful, that we choose to support each other and our passion, our purpose. Those are like intangibles. You can't see that. And that's why so many people, a great majority, the 80%, are like, no, love equates to, you bought me the Birkin bag, the red bottoms. I'm telling all my girls, I'm getting on the gram, showing it. I'm walking in the club. Everyone's going to be jealous. They're going to know my man did this. My man bought me a yacht. My man put me on the private jet. That's why you see it on Instagram. I'm on the jet. He did it. This, you know, so that's why, because most of the time the men that they're dealing with, watch this, you got all that on, but you also see him on tape with 3 other girls.
I got a question. What are people going to do when social media goes away?
Go back to what they was doing before, talking to their immediate circle about what they got going on, showing their back. Some people are going to
really remember what they were doing before social media.
Well, this is sad.
Will they really even know how to have true connection?
Well, a great majority won't. The ones I would say specifically, that if this is all they've ever known. For people that knew before social media, and for people that are strong enough, even if they came when that's how they, even if they came up in it, I think that it's you know, it's not going to be for the faint of heart. When it's gone, you know, and it'll be a long time because there's so much money in it. I think that a lot of people will not be able to function, and their worth is going to be challenged. It'll be like, what? You know, Josiah said people will be forced to go out. Not only forced to go out, but to be real, because there's no filters. Yeah. There's no pretend. There's no picture moment. It's like, what do you really do?
It's me, XOX1234. And they're like, that's not you. You don't look like this in real life.
Or people that don't have conversations. There are people that light up when the camera comes on and cannot have a conversation with you when you're really there. They can only do it like this with no one else in the room. They're very comfortable, but you start trying to have conversations and interactions with people, and it's just like they don't have the skills. They lack the social skills or the ability to connect with other people because they never have. It's always been this barrier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think I'll be all right.
And I know this is off topic, but just thinking about social media, it's crazy how it's so big for us, and we continue to stay on even when these companies are using our data illegally, you know, and yet we still reselling our data, and yet we still continue to be on social media, you know?
Right.
I mean, there are places now, like you can upload your data from your social sites and they pay you for it. At least you're getting paid, but it's just, when I think about social media and how when I first started social media 10, 11 years ago, you know, how big it's become and how it's a huge part of people's lives. Like, it's the new Yellow Pages. It's the new just everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy. It's scary. It's crazy. I mean, you can't even, people be so on their phones and you be trying to talk and have a conversation. They don't even hear you because they
People will
watching.
They'll do an activity with the phone.
Yeah.
Like you're like having conversation with them. You guys are out, you know, you're doing, and they are doing it while simultaneously like on their phone, checking and talking to you and checking. And it's
some
like,
people can do that.
How are we having this moment?
Where is the connection in that?
There is none. But you have to be bold enough and disliked for you to make mention of something like that. Like, what is this? You know?
I don't even like phones at the dinner table. Granted, the way my apartment's set up, I have a huge island. So, you know, but still, I don't even like phones at the dinner table. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I like to eat dinner at a table, not on the couch and like things like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk at dinner, you know? I don't want to silence it. I want to like engage and have conversation.
Well, most people don't want to do that. They want to be, I think it says a lot about the individual when you want to be engaged in everybody else's world. Because that's what happens with social media, whether you're looking at, because it's addicting. You know, you start looking, it's like, 1 minute you're laughing, this, that, you going down the rabbit hole, but you're really engaged in somebody else's things. You're not even present in the individuals around you and stuff. And if you can do that and somebody's right there, that speaks volumes about you. Or you could just be saying to the individual, I don't value your time, energy. I don't even want to talk to you. Or I don't feel like there's nothing going on here, so I'm going to be in everybody else's world.
Yeah. You know? I know that was way off, but it all tied in. It just got me thinking about some shit. Journal Letter said, how old am I and do I have the energy to still get it myself? Just playing Al Pacino right now. Find the next high. Social media. People will be forced to go out. Then I win. That's what Josiah said. Journey of Legend said, look at Cyberpunk on Netflix. There's your answer. Yeah, they be having some good documentaries. Or Stranger Days with Angela Bassett. Listening to our conversation is what I had laughed at, Journey of Legend, when I was talking about social media and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the lawsuits and all that crap going on. He also said, I say it all the time, if I would have known it would take a quantum leap the way it has, I would have considered staying home. LOL, like flex.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna go to my mild bowl. Mm-hmm. Haven't been there in a while.
I know. I feel like it's spicy every weekend.
That's fun though. We come for the spice. We're here for it.
Our bowls are still here, guys.
Do women determine men's success?
Elaborate. Like, I get what you're saying.
Does a woman determine the success of a man in life, in you know, his goals, in his individuality, in his morals?
I feel like the right woman can. Mm-hmm. I feel like the right woman can set a certain level of evolution in your life that maybe you didn't see for yourself. You know, you may have some ambition or some talent, and I think women know how to open up a door to allow you to see what your potential can be and be the driver of your success, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like, can I count on a man to say, oh, is this what you want to do in life? Let me help you evolve. And this is a vision. Like, what's your vision? Like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas a woman can see the vision from beginning to end. A woman can do a whole SWOT analysis and show you everything you may be doing wrong, what you're doing right, and how you can be better. Can I count on a man to do that? No. But you can count on a woman to do that, especially a Black woman. And I don't want to make this about race, but let's just be real. A bitch can come in and be like, oh, you're here? Let's get you here. You know?
What are the comments saying? Before?
I know, because they really went off. Josiah said no and yes. Jeremy the Legend said it can, but no. Meredith said no, a man is his own person and should be aware on some level what he should be doing. Josiah said, well, if we look into the case of Daystar, that woman has stopped him from elevating, so his success, although he's had some alone, has not been stunted. True.
Who's Daystar?
I do.
Tory?
Tory Lanez. Thank you for using his government.
He called that man by his government name.
Journey of a Legend said, I do feel a woman can grow us in ways that we alone or other men can't do. Y'all have a way of thinking the way we just can't do. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say, Journey of a Legend.
Tory Daystar.
Daystar.
Somebody called him by his name like he was representing him in court.
What'd you say?
He called him like he was representing him in court.
Daystar.
In the case of Daystar, this woman has like Daystar. Oh my goodness. As always, I love the feedback, and I agree and disagree with some of the stuff, because I believe we are made intentionally to enhance different levels of each other. There are things that only a man can do for us. A man brings out certain things in us. A man, I believe, allows us to be in our soft girl season. And I mean, and I'm saying that jokingly, but I believe the right type of man allows us to be vulnerable. You know, we don't have to feel like we're shouldering the weight of the world and come in so strong, and, you know, having to have had done that for so long without the right type of male energy present. We take on masculinity. We take what's like, why are you doing everything? And it wasn't made. I feel like, you know, personally, we are made to balance each other out and to assist in areas, and we have gifts that only the other gender has. But I believe that a woman, why she doesn't determine a man's success, the right type of woman can determine the level of success he has. So it's like the man could have been like, I was thinking like this. And she's like, I was thinking you could take it like that, you know, but it takes the right type of woman. And that's just who we are. When you get a good woman, you give us, as they say, groceries, we make a meal. You give us a house, we make it a home. Good women are enhancers. We enhance. You start talking to us about stuff and vision, and we start boom, boom, boom. It's like we start stretching it with you, and you can bounce ideas off of us. And we think in ways where it's like, I wasn't even thinking about that. It's like, well, if you're going to do it this way, what about this? Or did you think about that? Or why don't you add this to it? Or make this the umbrella? That is what I believe. While a woman doesn't determine his success because he can be successful, I believe the right type of woman can take that success to another level, or enhance it, or segue it into something else where it's more plentiful. You know, it's like, dang, I had this, but when she came, it became even more, you know, or maybe she'll free up something where he can go and do more. Because he's trying to do all of this, and she comes and is like, no, I got this, and this over here. Now you go rock out like this, you know? And he's able to do that, but because she came and saw if this was off of his plate, he could do a little more, you know, and if this could, you know, could happen this way, and so on and so forth. So while I believe they can determine the level of success, I also believe they can determine the downfall too.
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as Josiah alluded to Daystar. I believe if you are in the presence of the wrong women, and I say specifically women, because you can get caught up with dudes, but I see some of the most treacherous stuff happen when dudes get hooked up with the wrong women. It's like, I've seen some dudes get caught up and they were all in the car and they did some stupid stuff and they got some time and stuff like that. But you hear some of the most craziest stuff, you start tracing it back, and it's the woman.
It's like getting your back blown out. You know what I'm saying? And trying to stay with a man who's got the back blown out. Same scenario for a woman that you just are hooked on. They toxic as fuck. And your whole everything come crumbling down, bitch, like some motherfucking ground beef.
Yeah, but you could even take that back to, there are men who have gone all the way back to the first woman that should have loved them, their mothers. And they just like, ever since that, this type shit I'm on. And they have to heal from that. But the first love that they felt they were owed, and I think rightfully so, from their mother, that type of relationship, because it wasn't there, because it was toxic, or it was just, you know, really toe up, they've taken that, and that has affected them in the relationships with other women and how they move around in life if they're not fully healed. You know, so I think us as women, you know, and we could have a whole nother topic or segue on men, you know, and what they come to the table with, and the very essence and presence of a man, and how it empowers us and allows us to do these things that we can do as women. And only are we able to operate that way when there is a man, a good man, a man that's whole and healed and functioning. He can allow us to do more. We are better women, I believe, in the presence of the right type of man. I believe that goes both ways. And you get with the wrong man, Daryl on the block. Now you down at the county building, you know, you might be selling your EBT for, you know, to somebody because you're trying to get money for Daryl to come back round to blow your back out. You know,
or
so
your 22 inches of hair, or your Jordans, or your, you know, the stuff that you can't afford, that people like me probably could afford, but you know, I got other responsibilities, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I might want it, but
I think,
is it feasible to get it? Does it make sense from a bank account? Like, no, Mario.
I think the right type of man or woman can unlock amazing things in the opposite sex. I think you get with the right man, you get the right type of support, you know, the energy, you know, and just him. It just, you ever see a woman and you like, what is going on? Wow. You know,
he blew my back out, but that's not why I'm glowing.
Yeah, girl, he's so supportive and loving, and he's helping with, like, you can see it, a difference in her. And I believe when a man is with the right type of woman, you can see a difference in him.
And it should be a two-way thing. And you should, so when you see that couple together and they're glowing and the energy is just so heightened, you're like, what the fuck? It's like, bitch, I done hit Maslow's hierarchy of self-actualization. I'm way at the top, bitch. I'm in this little triangle up here. I'm way, basically, all that's met. I'm right here. I done hit my crown. Third eye, I done hit my crown. I done hit crown chakra.
You operating on a whole nother level when you connect with the right type of. And I believe it's not even in just relationship like that. I believe you have the right type of advisory board. Advisory board, meaning like you got some strong, supportive women in your corner. And men, it could be your homegirl, it could be your sister, it could be your cousin, it could be your business partner. We just add a different type of element. When you get a good one of us in your corner. And I think the right type of man will be on the phone giving you that right type of game, understanding and telling you, nah, I think this, or what about that, or I can help you out with this. They gonna help you win in a way that you could.
The ultimate goal in any relationship, situationship should be for y'all to win, for y'all to evolve, for you guys to be in abundance, to be successful. And when I say successful in abundance, that's on all of your levels, your mental, your spiritual, your emotional, your financial. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine the synergy that happens when you both are like just, you know, it's like, I don't even know how else to describe it. Like,
it's the sound for me. You are best. I can't. Were there any questions or anything when that was going on?
Yeah, let me read these comments. We said that I do feel men grows all the way thinking that. Oh, I don't know if I read this one. Journey of Legend said, I do feel a woman can grow us in ways that we alone or other men can't do. Y'all have a way of thinking that we just can't do, which I definitely agree. Journey of Legend said, Daystar too close to Morning Star. And then morning stars are disgusting. Not ground beef. All right, and wow, LOL. That's funny. I know we still have some time, so
if you guys have a random question in there, you can pop it in.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I didn't check the email or the DM for questions. So if you submitted a question and you want to put it in there now, definitely go for it and give them a few minutes if it's something you guys want us to touch on, get our perspective, insight.
I do
crazy feedback.
I'm gonna run just because I'm making me another little drink. I do have a little joke. This is what I'm drinking on.
What is that?
Luna Azul tequila.
Oh, okay.
It's something I'm trying because I usually get Casamigos. Y'all know. I got a joke for y'all. It's so corny.
It's a Christmas joke?
A joke. Mm-hmm. I saw it on social media today.
Oh my gosh.
What do you call a chickpea that has been murdered?
Chicken soup?
A homicide. Because you know chickpea hummus is made from chickpeas.
I can't.
A homicide.
And you were over there tickled. You were so silly.
I saw that today and I was like, I was going to send it to you, but I'm like, I'm going to leave this for Sip and Lunch. Because I love hummus. A homicide.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You are best.
I'm sorry, guys.
I can't.
Let me see what people say. Y'all not going to be no good with that to kill you. Wait.
He's talking about that tequila you over there drinking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I know, right? I've been sipping on this since Friday. I've been having a little here and there. I've been muddling like my little fresh fruit and stuff, just telling it up. Just having a little because, you know, out here it's regulated by the government. So I have to get in on Friday. I was at the line all the way to the back of the store. Everyone in their mama was in the ABC store, Alcohol Beverage Commission, because it's a local government ran store. So they closed, you know, so I have to get in there and get my shit early on Friday, or I would be dry. And then yesterday I went to Publix, since I live on top of Publix, to get a bottle of wine. So I got my wine in there too for, you know, that's all I'm saying.
You was ready.
I have to just get the fix just in case.
You was ready.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have the pre-made margarita too from this thing with the Hornitos. It was already a pre-made little, it looked like a bottle of tequila, but it was like pre-made margarita, and it was like kind of hidden. It was strong.
Like kind of hitting?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That first sip, I was like, I was cleaning up the other day, like, woo, 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 woo.
I know. Sorry. I had to get my shit.
Yeah, you know, because in LA, I can go to the gas station and buy some Hennessy. You know, you can just hit up the corner store and get something, but here you can't hit up the corner store. Well, they call them convenience stores out here. They sell wine and champagne, but they don't sell hard liquor, and the wine and champagne be expired. Cherry Leslie said, "L, you might have me beat now."
What's the name of that club, L, that everybody was going to in Hollywood, where River Phoenix, he died in front of it or something?
I don't know.
It's like the 50-something club. It was the 5150 or the 50-something. It was the club that River Phoenix died in front of.
What?
And everybody went there.
Hold on. I got my Chromebook right here because I'm not in the other.
Put in there the club that River Phoenix, a Journey of a Legend. That's what I was saying. Expired liquor. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but I was thinking it like
the bottles be dusty and everything.
Oh my goodness.
That's why you can't get your drink from there. You gotta go to the
that's it. Rick the Critic, Club 51. As Elle takes us through this journey of the liquor and WeHo and had to get my shit, I'm like, she had to be going to Club 51. This is the club where they had the boas and the whatever it was, and it was like, don't.
Yeah, I remember all that.
No, I know, but I'm saying it just seemed so like the scene and the groove was going on, and people were doing their bump and they got their drinks out. And I'm just laughing because you're like, because this they go to get the purse and this and that. And you know, WeHo in the Studio City, and when they get down their starter, because they don't have the top dog, they have the starter.
And y'all know them starter Benzes. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Josiah,
y'all know
started laughing.
About. I mean, because I used to just be like living life, just clubbing, just.
That's what I said. You weren't at the Club 51?
I'm about to Google this Club 51 because it may have been called something else.
I'm telling you.
Because we used to be at Mood. Was it Mood? No, Bask on Monday. We'd go to the comedy club on Sunset, or no, on Melrose. The Improv on Melrose on Monday. Then we'd be at Bask. Then was it Tuesday was Mood, or was that Wednesday? Then it was Friday. Like, I was at the clubs Monday through Sunday. Like, that's how, like, literally in my 20s, Monday through Sunday. And then random weekends, I call the girls, like, y'all want to go to Vegas? And we drive to Vegas and just be in Vegas for the weekend. No hotel, nothing, just out there like some gypsies.
Oh, my God.
But then you know people, like, I knew people.
She'd be like, we're on couch surf over here. Let's go over there. We can stay at this person's house. We can do this. We'll stay in the pool house.
You know, Josiah said,
Rick the Critic said it was the Viper Room.
Oh, I know the Viper Room.
I knew it. I knew something. Yeah, I was like,
I've been up in there.
The LA girls.
Even the House of Blues on Sunset, you know, they have the membership, the little membership club up top upstairs, and you can eat dinner and everything. Been up there.
That wasn't my journey.
Ate dinner up there, just chilled, bar up there and everything. You know,
that wasn't my journey. You was moving and shaking. That
was my journey.
She's like, I knew some people and some things.
LA, me and my cousin, we called ourselves the Infamous Two. Actually, I talked about that in the Hills in the Kitchen, Fashionably Edible. Remember, in that one cocktail, I said the Infamous Two tearing up Sunset and da 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 da. that one little intro into that cocktail was my life in my 20s, or not my whole 20s, but a good chunk of my 20s. Was in these LA streets. Now, it wasn't no escort though. Let's get that straight.
Rick the Critic
I don't have
Club 51 is another club.
Moral or gumption to be an escort.
I can't.
But I was out them streets clubbing, boy.
You can definitely start your own sidebar for some of these young, or just the men. Period. Brittany doing tell-all books. You need to be like, you can call me for a consultation, because I'm gonna tell you where they at, what they doing, how they running this game, and they got the starters. Like what they starters, what they do, what's going on? Yeah, no, get away from her. She's on the come up. She's on the come up. She's on the come up for real.
It's just crazy too how just social media. Because back when I was clubbing, remember, it was MySpace was a thing.
Oh, my goodness.
All that other, MySpace was a thing. Actually, an NBA player hit up in my DMs on MySpace, and then we end up meeting, not from the DMs, we end up being at the same club together.
Did you say MySpace?
Yeah, bitch. That lets you know my age.
Oh, my gosh.
When
MySpace.
Clubbing, MySpace was a thing. All that Instagram and stuff. Wasn't nobody worried about filters and everything. People was putting their club pictures, holding their drinks, and
Wait a minute.
It was like, who was in your top 5? Tom and all the other motherfuckers.
Oh, MySpace. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, it has evolved. MySpace. Oh, my gosh. That's wild.
Boy, that was life, though. That was a good time in life.
Journey of Religion said MySpace was my shit, too.
Right. It was like, and they didn't even have the app. You have to actually go on the actual website.
The only thing I ever remember getting on that I had fun on was Tagged. Do you remember Tagged? Nobody got on the dating app Tagged. People would tag you, like tag you're it, and you got to, if they tagged you, that's how you talked. You didn't talk if you weren't tagged. I don't know if that was something.
I ain't never heard of that, but I was on Black Planet.
Yeah. I went on Tag because I thought it was so cool how people, I love the whole setup. I had like a picture of my eye there, and it was like, I want to see who's going to tag me because of this. I'm like, that's why I said peeling back the layers. Tag was the only thing I ever got on. MySpace,
it's still around.
Tag,
the social network for meeting new people.
That's so cold because Tag is that deal.
I never heard of Tagged. It's still around. Still around. It's crazy how we have seen quite a lot of social media, like the start of social media and then the demise of certain apps and stuff.
Well, that's what the beauty in that is, that what you said earlier, if this was gone tomorrow, Instagram, any of that, you wouldn't even trip because you've seen different ones come and go. But for someone that was born in this era where all they've known is Instagram and, I send stuff and I can go on YouTube and that stuff disappeared, it would be like, what is going on? And it's like, no, it's cool. Something else will come on.
Yeah.
Before that happened, we were real people. We really just talked. Like, you really met people.
We really went out to brunch and, like, chilled, went shopping, and enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
Went to the beach, went to the park.
No, they're not doing that. People will keep talking on that thing. I think I couldn't see anything. I don't think anybody put any questions in there, so you can go ahead and dig in one of your bowls.
Okay. You can have a theme song on your profile page. Okay, hold on. Where is my other bowl? Hold on. I'm pulling from my medium bowl.
Mm-hmm. Journey of a Legend said they do kickbacks in the metaverse.
You know what?
People don't even have to really show up. They just probably virtually. That's horrible.
That's just as bad.
That's horrible.
So I don't know how I'm gonna pose this question, but it's more so about starting over. It doesn't have to necessarily be, I guess, personally, if you're in a relationship with someone, it could be any type of situationship. But like, I guess it's my keys and tips to starting over. And then if you have any keys and tips to starting over, just in general, because I know leading back to your first talk when you were talking about like having the courage to be this like this stuff, and we went into a whole bunch of other things. And so I have this in my bowl about just like starting over. How do you start over, and what does starting over look like, and what are some of the things that you should take into consideration when starting over, so you don't make the same mistakes again or allow the same people into your lives that are toxic or that don't need to be there. So I don't know how it poses the question, but I'm just going to give some of the things I think are beneficial when starting over and reconsidering a potential partner, a potential friendship, situationship, or whatnot. And those things are setting boundaries, because I think in any situation we need boundaries with our family, relationships, friends. Being intentional about your partner or your friendship. Understanding what you want and what you desire. And then knowing your love language and the person's love language. And I put that in there for relationship purposes, but I also think love languages can be good for friendships and situationships as well, in a sense, you know? So I guess my question is, how does a person start over? What are your tips for starting over? Sorry, I'm feeling like that's.
Well, I think you initially, when you said it, helpful ways to start over. That's how I looked at it. And then you were just giving some helpful ways and insight to start over.
Especially for the new year. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think first making the decision to start over.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know they're starting over. They're in a perpetuated cycle.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I'm done with that. I'm not doing it no more. And it'll be like a couple of weeks, a month, and then they'll be back to whatever it was they said. We're going to see this happen with resolutions. People are going to make some of these grandiose resolutions. The gym memberships are going to be crazy after the new year. And it's just unfortunate. It's not sustainable, you know? So I think a good thing is helpful ways and things you can equip yourself with where you're successful in starting over. You know, when you can, that'll assist you with actually staying the course. One is being just making the decision and committing, and also being consistent and the implementation of whatever it is. You know, if you decide you're cutting something out or you're cutting a person out, what does that look like? Be realistic. You know, nobody goes cold turkey from the thirst in one night, you know? So I just feel like you have to have an understanding of realistically what that looks like for you, and not being so hard on yourself so you're successful at taking it one day at a time. Mm-hmm. Do not set unrealistic expectations and goals, because it just doesn't happen. If you feel like eliminating how much time or scaling back on how much time someone spends or you spend with someone or someone spends with you, realistically, what does that look like for you? You know, it's like I'm hanging out with this person every day. Let me start preparing them before the new year that I'm going to be taking on some new things that will assist me in attaining some set goals, or, you know, my health and stuff. And what that looks like is cutting down to us hanging out 5 days a week to possibly 2. And in their support of that, they should be saying, yay. But if you get that blowback, then that's where you need to have the courage to be disliked, because now I was trying to be nice and talk to you about it, but this is happening.
Yeah.
So I think the decision is huge, the commitment to it, and being realistic on what that looks like for you. And it's little stuff, it's inches, you know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it's small things. And I say specifically with people because that's like, those are habits. When you've been hanging with the same person, unless it's like detrimental to your health, sometimes you got to go straight cold turkey.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that you value the relationship, but you feel like the amount of time that you're doing is, you could be doing something better with that time. It doesn't mean that it's their bad or they did something. It's like, I need to split my time, because in order for this to grow or for some stuff to happen over here, I need to create time for it. So I'm going to subtract the time over here. This is a relationship. We know we look out for each other. We solid. I don't need to see you 5 days a week or go to 3 happy hours with you. I'm spending money and we're doing nothing. We know we got each other. So I need to, you know, divide that. Same with implementing better habits. You know, when you alluded to helpful ways to start over, I thought of not just people or situationships, but habits. You know, start over being healthy, you know, start over implementing a better practice for you being consistent at life. You know, it's like, how do I start my day? Put some things in place where that looks like, hey, I get up, I meditate, you know, I stretch. That's going to be something that may not take right away, because that's not what you've been doing for a year or 2 years. Mm-hmm. So you got to start, and then some days you'll forget, but it's like, damn, I got up and I didn't do that. I did this. I got up and I just started moving around. I was supposed to meditate. Let me go do that. As soon as you catch yourself, do it, so you can create this routine that's in place, you know, to assist you with starting over. And it's like, what are you starting over doing? Creating better habits. I'm starting over having a better relationship. I'm starting over to seek and attain this new short-term, long-term goal. You know, so I just think that be realistic, commit, make that decision, you know, and not in that order, because it's like, make the decision, commit, you know, you implement it, and you be realistic with what you're going to implement, and don't be so hard on yourself, but also recognize the sacrifice. Sometimes people be like, don't be so hard on yourself. Eat the pie, eat the cake. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Give yourself grace.
Yeah, you mix 4 times at the gym. You know, start over next week. It's like, no, while you're not being so hard on yourself, be able to find a sacrifice. Yeah. It's like, okay, if I didn't go to the gym, I'm not about to inhale this whole pizza. Yeah. Because don't be so hard on yourself. People be like, do over. I already messed up going to the gym. Might as well do this, and I'll start over tomorrow. No.
And then you don't start over tomorrow. It takes you a whole long time. So be wary of the people say, give yourself grace. Don't done. Because then look at them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not my goal. That like, sometimes you got to be realistic, and it's messed up. It doesn't mean you can't learn from people that haven't implemented some of the things, but sometimes when they're telling you stuff, you got to evaluate the situation. Yeah. Like, you're telling me this, and look where you are. Sometimes good people can tell you
what they got going.
And sometimes you can get some good stuff from people, and you just see flat out they didn't implement it, but they knew, they had the knowledge, they lacked the implementation. But some people be saying some stupid shit where you like, I know that shit don't fly, and I'm clearly looking at what you got going on, and none of it's making sense. The math ain't mathing, so I'm not listening to you. You don't have to tell them that. You just smile and nod politely, and it's like, wah, 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 like the Charlie Brown thing. But I think that's going to be the biggest thing, and I think that's the helpful way or helpful things that you can implement when starting over at anything, Make the decision, you know, commit, create some realistic expectations, execute, and also when you fall off or fall short, find the sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you fall off, you need to find the sacrifice somewhere. It's like, I missed the gym, but I'm gonna find the sacrifice because I'm not gonna have this happen too.
Exactly.
I'm gonna find the sacrifice. I'm gonna have to work out at home. I'm gonna do some sit-ups or some push-ups because I didn't. When you can find the sacrifice, I believe you can see what you're giving up to attain it. When you don't find the sacrifice in any of it, it's like almost like I don't think that that's attainable. If you're doing everything that you used to do before and you hadn't achieved what you're setting out to do, how are you going to get it now when you're doing everything you used to do before? That never made any sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
So
do a SWOT analysis of your life. If you know anything about business, SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. Although it's business terms, I feel like it could definitely be something implemented into your life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, SWOT, SWOT, do a SWOT analysis of your life. Just sit there with your thoughts for an hour. Do your SWOT analysis. You know, SWOT analysis for yourself, SWOT analysis of the people around you who are in your circle. And once you complete your analysis, start deleting.
Shedding.
Delete, shedding. Bye.
You be about that shedding every week. You be like, shed.
Yeah, I'm the shed queen at this point. And I didn't even have to shed. People just shed, and that's fine. And you know what, though? It feels good because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm walking into 2023 with? I don't give a fuck.
That's what I said. You always having this big shine moment. Yeah, big shine moment. Big shine energy every time.
Because you don't pay my rent. You don't pay my car note. So what the fuck I care for?
I can't.
What I care for?
I can't.
What I care for.
Mm-mm.
Ain't even the whole sentence, but that's what I care for.
Mm-mm. Well, if you pinned it already, Elle, if you guys know, if you've been rocking with us, you can always send any suggestions, comments, concerns, topics to watchsippinglive@gmail.com, or you can slide in the DM. Both.
I like Brittany Reiner though.
So what? Oh,
I said I like Brittany Reiner though.
Yeah, not like that.
Have clearer intentions.
Yes. But either or, I just didn't check them today, but I check them most of the time so we can insert or include your question in the Sippin' Live, you know, if you get it to us before we actually do it. And I'm just so happy you guys took the time to rock out with us today on Christmas. You know, you could have been, you know, doing something else and you chose to spend that time with us. So I appreciate it. It's always fun. I love hearing all the feedback and insight. I'm learning too and listening and over here bursting up with laughter because you guys are funny. PNC was the term for me tonight. And
yeah, what was that? Penis?
No, post nut control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've been writing notes all live.
Yeah, that was the one for me.
I be writing notes every live.
That was the one for me.
Post nut thing here. I'm trying to find where I put the post nut thing.
Oh,
it's on here somewhere though. Oh, here it is. Post nut clarity.
I will
baby
remember that.
Pussycat.
I'll remember that one for sure. Oh, the journey of a legend said get on Harpo. I don't know what that is.
Get on Harpo. Like that was a some little like meme on social media, right?
I don't know.
I think he was talking to me.
Oh,
because I'm over here acting a fool on a Christmas day.
You having a good time though. But we'll be back. Well, shoot, we'll be back again on another holiday. Mm-hmm. We'll be back next Sunday. Will that actually be New Year's Day, or will that be Eve?
Hold on, let me see. I'm about to tell you. I thought it was New Year's Day, but yeah, it's New Year's Day.
Are you sure?
Because I go back to work on the 4th because I took the 3rd off, which is Tuesday. Hold on, I got my calendar up right here. Yep. New Year's Day is Sunday.
Oh, that's cool. That's it's the eve that would have got a lot of people like.
It would have worked out for me because by 9 I would have logged off. And I would have went to my huge, large window that I'm so blessed to have. And I would have pulled up the blinds and have front row seat to all the fireworks.
Oh, then you're going to be able to do that. And the next day, we're going to hear all about it. Like, I was in here enjoying myself.
You're going to see it on my reels.
Okay.
Because, you know, even for 4th of July, when I first moved into this unit in July, well, I moved in June. And 4th of July, like literally didn't even know, but I had a front row seat to all the fireworks. It was just like, and it was just so beautiful, just sitting right there on the couch, holding Harlow, watching the fireworks. So I look forward to that for New Year's. You know, I'm going to have my Prosecco.
So the next time we'll see everybody is in 2023.
Yeah, so Happy New Year's. Well, we'll say that on the 1st, but make sure you guys are implementing this last week of the new year. Start thinking about not your resolutions, but your intentions for the new year. What are the intentions you have for yourself, for your life? What are your desires? What do you want to accomplish? And just, you know, just start making little small implementations, small changes, set small goals, because those small accomplishments are greater than the bigger accomplishments. So just start working on that. And we love to hear it next week.
Yeah. Well, let's raise our glasses.
We'll
raise your glass, our glasses to a great upcoming week. We look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. Until then, cheers.
Love you guys. Thanks for